we'd like you to know that our house is in the middle of the street. Out there somewhere in Tucson.
It's a cul-de-sac. I'm going to give that away. It's a cul-de-sac.
Welcome to the I Am Real Estate Show with Ray Smith, Sandra, and Danielle Johnson. On our show today, we have John Spurr from Inspired Life Mortgage. He is actually the owner and CEO of the company. How you doing today, sir?
I'm good. Yourself?
I think of the conglomerate, but it's Inspired Life Mortgage. You have Inspired Life Chiropractic. You talking about doing loans and other stuff, you're doing insurance and everything else.
So we have what's called the Inspired Life Group. It's the actual parent company, and then everything falls underneath it.
Yeah, he's just what's called a conglomerate. Inspired Life Conglomerate Group.
I don't know if three make it a conglomerate. Maybe it does. It's at least a few.
How you been?
Great. Yourself?
I've been pretty good. We've been talking about the market for the last couple of months, and it seems as though we've been noticing things changing. And you keep telling everybody it's changing this way, it's changing that way. You don't have a crystal ball.
I have a recent experience of looking for tickets online, like Game Time, TickPick, and I feel like that you go on and look one day at the tickets, see if they've come down, and they go up, and then you come back the next day and they go down. And the tickets that started at like $160 are now $600. I kind of feel like the mortgage industry works that same way.
No, I was just thinking about it because I have about 12,000 unread emails in my delete box, and those are literally all mortgage rate sheets and rate updates. And just this morning, I had probably 20 to 25 rate update emails in a 3-hour period. And the best part is you'd get XYZ lender saying rates are worsening, and 30 seconds later I get an email from ABC lender, rates improving. Like, come on guys, make up your mind. You're getting worse, you're getting better. And we probably see a good 3 to 4 price changes a day right now because the market is moving that much.
Okay, well, Ticketmaster's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
SeatGeek or whoever it is you use, same thing.
Ray was in my office Friday hanging out, and he goes, I'm not bringing anything up about rates because every time I think I see something good, you tell me it's bad. I'm just not even going to talk about it anymore.
I learned my lesson. Rely on the experts, and we have the expert here. Give us the update.
And give you the update?
For this time and before, whatever time it is you're sitting in your car, it's Saturday. It's going to be different on Monday.
The biggest thing I want to say about rates right now is what you're reading online is not correct. It's changing too quickly for it to be correct.
So by the time the ink dries on that electronic email, it's
exactly.
Old news.
You know, this kid types it up, and it's probably a kid typing up has never even owned a house.
AI
generates it at midnight, and by the time you read it at 6 a.m., that information is outdated. It's worse than technology right now. I read a bunch of headlines this morning on mortgage rates, as I do all the time, because I like to know what's out there. And you know, there was one that says, what will the 8% rates do to the housing market? Rates hit 8%. And then I see 21-year high, 23-year high, 25-year high, highest rates in over 2 decades. Mortgage demand drops to lowest levels in 1995, which is a complete lie because we're only off 21% from 2020, and 2020 was record for the last 30 years. So right. I don't even know. AI really got that one wrong. You know, and then mortgage rates have a one-day record drop, which they did. I was super excited to come on the show because like 5 days ago, rates dropped the most they've ever dropped in a single day. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have great news for Ray. And then the next day showed up.
Can we record the show early? Can we come record the show right now?
So the big thing about this, and it's kind of like when summer hits and we have record heat. You know, Monday it's 105, it's record heat. Tuesday it's 106, it's record heat. Wednesday it's 107, it's record heat. Well, it went up a degree, and we were already breaking records. That's kind of what's happening with this whole 21-year high, 23-year high, 25-year high. Rates we're at the pinnacle of where rates have been for a very long time, and so just the smallest increase is a new record. But when you put in big, bold print, 25-year high, people click and they read. Mm-hmm. And so the point here is don't get sucked into this. I quickly looked at rates before I left, and depending on the product and your credit score, we're somewhere between 7.5 and 6 1/8. Not the 8% that's flying across the screens right now when you search the word mortgage rates.
Mm-hmm. Is that with a buy down, or is that before a buy down?
That would be a $5,000 origination.
Okay.
And the 6 1/8 would be if you wanted to do a 5/1 ARM on FHA, which I don't think a 5-year ARM is a bad idea right now.
Could you explain, P, what ARM is?
Adjustable rate mortgage.
Thank you.
It's a scary word. It's one of the things that took down the mortgage industry. No, it did not.
So when we were looking at rates that were, in the 2s and 3s and 4s, no one ever used the word ARM.
It wasn't even available. It wasn't a product we could even get. It wasn't, because rates were already so low.
Right.
Essentially, it's fixed for the first 5 years. I don't have a crystal ball. There's a high probability that rates are going to come down in the next 5 years. So if you're fixed at 6 1/2, you have 5 years to wait for rates to come down and then refinance.
Mm-hmm.
I want everybody to know that if you're not listening, just think about somebody crossing their fingers. A guy in the booth is crossing his fingers. I hope so. That's time. Time to cross his fingers. I hope that happens.
I think the other reality that everybody's just got to understand, and we're our own worst enemy in this industry when it comes to this. It's like, oh, well, rates are going to come down, and we're sitting here like in 90 days they're going to come down, in 6 months they're going to come down, and they're not coming down. We're in this environment for probably all of 2024. The Fed has made that very clear with their new dot plot that they intend to keep rates higher for longer. And unless unfortunate catastrophic events happen, I'm not going to bring them up, this is the environment that we're going to be in for the foreseeable future. So waiting for rates to come down as the excuse to go buy a house is not a valid excuse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When people that were waiting for prices to come down, they lost out on a great market. And now people waiting for interest rates to come down. If they did come down, all these buyers are going to hit the market at the same time, and your price is going to go up. It's like pick your poison, I guess. You may have to pay a little bit higher rate right now.
But your equity.
I'm not a big company, but I mean, Ray's been in there. You've been in my office. I have probably 25 to 30 people at any given time that are pre-qualified looking for a house. And I'm one loan officer of a lot of loan officers that are in the same boat. And there are probably a good 6,000 or 7,000 people in Tucson that are pre-qualified looking for a house, waiting for that rate to come down. And it's not going to take much. They get, a 30-year fix gets to 6.5%, 6%. You are all going to be fighting over the limited inventory, and the bidding wars are going to start again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, when is that 1% drop in rate going to happen?
So the advice you've given us in the past, you marry the house.
Date the rate and marry the house. I mean, I'm waiting for you guys to bring up the question, is it a good time to buy? Because you already know my answer to that one.
Well, we don't have enough time before the break to ask the question, but maybe we'll ask that when we come back.
If you're here on the I Am Real Estate Show with Danielle, Ray, and Sandra, we're here with John Spurr of Inspired Life Mortgage. Of course, he is the CEO, and his company's been in Tucson for almost
5 years.
5 years, and you've been in the industry for
32. I had another birthday, 32.
Oh, man, 32 years. Looking to buy or sell your home, or if you have any questions concerning real estate, please call the Johnson Smith team at 520-850-1725 or 520-904-7711 or 520-373-6864.